What? Readers, I'm confused, but I'm not going to let that get in the way of today's lesson. But if I would have to put a pin on what today's lesson is about, I guess it would have to be about acceptance. Acceptance via nostalgia. That works, right? Now, the definition of nostalgia is a sentimental longing or wistful affection for the past, typically for a period or place with happy personal associations. And I tell you, readers, given the news I just stumbled upon, I can just sense nostalgia all over this. So yeah, recently Nintendo released a game called Yoshi's Woolly World, a spiritual successor to Kirby's Epic Yarn. But you have to understand the surprise that overtook me when I found out that this game has secured a top 10 spot of games that are currently being sold here in the US. No, seriously. This motherfucker's number 8. It's right between Destiny, The Taken King, and Uncharted, the Nathan Drake collection. Now, I have a small little confession to make, readers. I never really grew up with Nintendo. I had a Game Boy Color and a Game Boy Advance, but that was mostly to play Pokemon. And some Yu-Gi-Oh games. But yeah, outside of Pokemon, I really didn't mess with Nintendo that much. Growing up, I was a Sony and a Sega supporter. And as you can probably figure out, it's always a bit hard for me to relate to people who grew up with Nintendo, what with their exclusive characters and their long list of games. In which case, the PlayStation almost had those as well growing up. Nintendo had Mario, had Legend of Zelda, had Pokemon. Sony had Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon, and Sega has Sonic, kinda. So in the end, I kinda looked at it as, okay, they have their characters that can be easily transferred to games, we kinda have ours. And it's not that big of a deal. I never looked at the console wars as that big of a deal, because eventually over time it's proven that the only company that actually cares about in-house exclusive characters are Nintendo. Which is kind of the point of today's lesson, but just let me ramble a little bit. I swear it's going somewhere, just trust me. I did some more research, and I found out that the game has gotten good ratings. So, there was that part of me that was like, you know, the fact that it's number 8 on this list kind of makes sense. I mean, parents are probably buying this for their children, and word's definitely spread around the playground that this game is pretty cool. I can see young kids playing this, and the reason why it's been requested that much. Then I had to tell myself the truth. You know, I can see why this is number 8 on the list. Why it's so in high demand. Parents are probably buying this for their children. Oh my god, there are grown men playing this game! Which is the reason why I was so gobsmacked over the fact that this news was a thing. Even though I shouldn't be. Because honestly, nothing really surprises me anymore. I'm not even exaggerating just a little bit. I belong to a fandom where people look at Bowser as a daddy figure. And you know good and damn well what type of daddy figure I'm talking about. Nothing fucking surprises me anymore. But yeah, just looking at this news and then realizing that fact just got me flashbacking like a fucking nom-vet over how many grown-ass men I've seen play these sickeningly sweet games. To the point where me watching them play it got me like that old dude from one of the very first Netflix commercials.
That's so cute, it's stupid.
Seriously, it just makes me wonder what it is about these Nintendo properties that keeps attracting people that they once had like 30 to 40 years ago, coming back to gain the new shit, even though the new shit is specifically designed to capture the minds of the children of these individuals. And thus we come to the point of today's lesson, nostalgia. Readers, no matter how well the game plays, or how well the controls work, or how challenging you find this property, because it involves a character that you have grown up with over the course of your life, you can't help but to have a sense of nostalgia come over you. More than likely, these characters have been with some people through good times and bad times, and when they just wanted an escape from the real world. I never really had that sense of nostalgia with video games growing up. I always had it with superheroes. Mostly Batman, but superheroes nonetheless. I kind of equated to Power Rangers growing up. When you were young, the original Power Rangers show was incredibly awesome. And when they added story to the mix outside of just being the villain of the week, you felt like you were a part of something hardcore. Especially when the first movie came out. Nowadays, you're in your mid-20s, early 30s, and you look back at the original Power Rangers show and you go, wow, this was cheesy as shit. But that's fine. That's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of cheese. But there's a reason why to this day I remain a Power Ranger fan, whether it's the original series or Dino Charge. It is because I have realized that Power Rangers has grown to accommodate not only their new fan base, but their old ones as well. The ones that stuck with them since the beginning. They're ride or die fans, basically. And I feel like that's the case with Nintendo's fans. They appreciate Nintendo still utilizing their characters, but also aren't afraid to try something fresh and new with their games. Which is why Kirby's Epic Yarn is a thing. Which is why Kirby and the Rainbow Curse is a thing. Which is why Yoshi's Woolly World ranks at number 8 of the top 10 games that are currently being bought right now this holiday season. Whether it's for children or grown-ass adults. But your homework assignment for the day. Put in the comment section below a video game character or another character throughout media that you get completely nostalgic over. And in case you didn't catch on with my earlier joke, yes, I was talking about the furry fandom. Anyways, this is Readus 101. Class dismissed.